we are talking about Minecraft Dungeons. Specifically, I'm technically reviewing it because I've actually bought it and played it, unlike Austin, because he is uncultured swine. Okay, now,
Homework.
homework. Yes, okay. So, so like I said, I bought the game yesterday. I played it for about probably 3 hours. Okay. And it's definitely enough to talk on it. And, in short, the game is great. Austin, you are going to love it.
Okay.
So, for everybody that does not know, Minecraft was bought by Microsoft like ages ago, probably more than 5 years ago now. And this is the first Minecraft and Microsoft collaboration as a full game since that acquirement. And it's great. Right off the bat, it's at least a 7 for me. The game mechanics are great. The storylines are pretty good. There's a really interesting inventory / enchanting feature, and it's a dungeon crawler for everybody that doesn't know. It's very reminiscent of Diablo and Gauntlet, according to my friend. And just all around, it's pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty solid. And I think this is the most interesting part. As a PC gamer, I almost broke out a controller to play it.
Ooh.
And that is very interesting coming from me because I have never once put a controller on my PC ever. And I'll tell you guys why. It's simply because of the movement that you have to do with your mouse. So it's like League of Legends where you have to click around to actually move the character. But Minecraft Dungeons actually takes it a step better than League. You can actually just hold left click and it'll continuously move the character around the map.
You can hold right click and continuously move around the map in League.
I learned something new again in the podcast today, guys. Wow. It's a very educational podcast today. And we're only so many minutes in. But yeah, so you can do that. That's pretty cool. But like I said, it's a little unnatural, I feel, for how long you have to hold left click to move, which makes me want to get the joystick out. So just from a comfortability standpoint, I would want to get the controller out. But other than that, I feel pretty good about the key bindings and stuff. The primary key bindings is 1, 2, and 3. I did change that to ASD simply because of what I'm used to. And I did look in the controls. 1, 2, 3 is not used ASD is not used at any other point in the game. So I just changed it with the backup keys being the original 1, 2, 3. And yeah, it's the game. Like I said, the game mechanics are great. The animations are great. The sound is great. Yes, the game has OG Minecraft music, and it is fantastic. I think the only major caveat I have with the game is two things, actually. It has its own launcher. You cannot access it from the regular Minecraft launcher. Actually, I'll take that back. You can access it from the original Minecraft launcher, but it does open up the second launcher. So that's a little weird. And then the biggest caveat is that you need a Microsoft account. You do not log in with your Mojang account. So I'm rocking the OG Xbox 360 gamer tag again, everybody.
So, not to cut you off, I like how you mentioned that the game has a Diablo feel. Mm-hmm. When I was looking at the Twitch streams of it and looking at some reviews and stuff like that, because as Colton said, I haven't bought it yet. I'm sorry, I'm behind. It's got that hack and slash, classic dungeon crawler. It looks like a PG version of Diablo to me.
Yeah, and I can confirm that is exactly what it is.
Yes, and I have a couple concerns.
Okay. Maybe I can answer these concerns for you.
I was hoping you can. So, I like how you mentioned item drops. Not the item drops, the enchantments.
Yes.
Because that was one thing I was wondering about. And then, how are item drop? Is the drop rate, would you say, is high? Do you think it's low?
I would
Like, how often do you get the new armor, the new weapons, the perks?
Yeah, so so take this with a grain of salt. I'm not sure
Okay.
if the item drops go up or down the farther you go. But like I said, I'm about 3 hours into the game, and in total, I've probably got about 25 drops.
Okay.
And
Not bad.
I will say, about half of them are rare. So,
Okay.
which makes me think they're not actually rare because I've gotten so many. But so I would say the drops are plentiful. Maybe even slightly OP, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But I don't know. Like I said, I've played about 3 hours worth, so maybe 10 drops an hour isn't that OP.
Okay.
And I do want to also mention that the average game lasts at least 15 minutes, probably. So
That's not bad.
no, it's not bad, but it's not like you're doing 2-minute dungeon crawlers. So I mean, it definitely passes the time, and I'm
That's
very
good.
excited to play a lot of it.
So, I don't know. Have you played Diablo?
I have not, but my
Or
friend
any big
has
major
played
hack
it.
and slash games?
Major hack. The closest thing, other than watching Diablo, I have played Binding of Isaac. I wouldn't
Okay.
necessarily consider that hack and slash, but I guess.
Okay. So, a big thing I've noticed, and maybe this isn't true for all hack and slash games, but the ones I have played, they generally have a very quick progression through the early stage. And then they hit you like a wall about mid to upper late.
Okay.
So like Diablo, if you know what you're doing and know your rotations and stuff like that, you can get to a level 70 character in about 3 hours. No, it doesn't take you very long at all.
Gotcha.
But then getting those higher torments, it requires you hitting certain bosses and getting those unique drops. Getting ancient rolls and unique rolls, they added some more too. But my big concern with Minecraft Dungeons was going to be item selection. You know, is there going to have multiple different build styles early on? Without having gems to boost specific stacks like dexterity and intelligence and stuff like that, like Diablo had. Do they have different stats that are as on par with that, like maybe attack damage and defense, or armor plates or something like that? And then, where's the bar? Like, so Diablo, you have continual torment difficulties, you have the Greater Rift challenge that allows you to keep upping your game a little bit. What's that going to be in Minecraft Dungeons?
Yeah. So, I have noticed that it does get more difficult, I would say rather quickly, which is awesome. Maybe that's actually why the drops are more plentiful, because they know what you're getting into very quickly. To answer your question about like different skill sets and stuff like that, you can have different characters with different like weapons, armor, abilities, all that. So you can have, I think, I haven't made a second character yet, but from my understanding is that you can continue the current world with whatever character you want. You can pick and choose between and just move forward as you please. And the enchantments, for everybody wondering, you level up once, you get 1 enchantment point. And then you can use those enchantment points to buy enchantments for 1, 2, or 3 enchantment points. And there are so many different enchantments. It's incredible. And there's more items than you probably think there are, too. Like the sword, the melees alone, I've seen like 5 different weapons. I've seen like 5 different bows. I've seen like 3 or 4 different armors. I have like 3 different ability tools. And like I said, I've barely scratched the surface of this game. And each weapon has its own enchantments. So even though you have a melee category, 2 different melee weapons have different enchantments than the other. So, like, if you had a sword and an axe, they'll both have different enchantments, but they're just both under the melee category. And slight side tangent, when you're in the inventory, they have an enchanted section, so you can see all of your enchanted gear versus all your non-enchanted gear, so that's a nice touch to the game, I might add. But yeah, did that answer your questions?
Absolutely. I think it's going to be a good game. I'm certainly going to purchase it probably over the weekend once all my homework is completed for the week.
Okay.
And I'll let you know what I think of it, probably as soon as I buy it. But you should invest in Diablo.
My friend plays it a lot.
You should get it. Feel that game. Because I think that would be a good way for you to truly, really compare. I don't think Diablo is necessarily the best hack and slash on the market right now. But it's got a good price point behind it, and they've been doing hack and slash games for a long time.
Yes.
It's their platform.
Got it. And yeah, for everybody listening, if you guys have the game, let us know in the comments what you guys think about it. If you guys do not have the game, let us know in the comments if you guys have any questions or worries. And like I said at the beginning of this segment, I easily bought it. There was no question I wasn't going to get it. I even bought the Hero Edition, which comes with 2 unreleased DLCs, which I'm also very excited for.
I'm buying it too.
Yeah. And
I have to.
I also bought the Hero Edition for cosmetics because your boy had to get the pet chicken. There was no question I wasn't getting the pet chicken, guys.
Oh yeah, you need the pet chicken.
Heck
it's gonna
yeah,
add the flair.
Dude, oh, and the best part about the pet chicken is that he doesn't die. Like,
that's good.
He's immune to being seen by all the enemies. It's fantastic. Like the chicken lives. He lives on in your memory. You die, he doesn't. It's fantastic.
Oh, and by the way, guys, let us know in the comments too. We will, or I will. I can't not speak for Colton. But once I get the game, I'm sure I'm gonna stream it on Twitch.
Ooh.
I have to. I gotta. I just perfected all my Streamlabs stuff the other week. So I got all that kind of fixed and in shape again, so I can actually start streaming again.
Yeah.
I'm excited, man.
Yeah, and that's one thing about Minecraft, about streaming, is that it's such an easy game to stream when it comes to layout of like your camera and your graphics and stuff like that, because nothing changes. It's not like Call of Duty to where like the bottom left you got your health, the bottom right you got the weapon stats, the top middle you have the clock or whatever, then there's a map, blah blah blah. And I can confirm that Minecraft Dungeons does have a minimal UI, just like a regular Minecraft. So it too is a great game to start streaming or continue streaming with.